Hey, what's up guys? Alan here with EatSleepTrade.net. Going to be bringing you guys the watch list for the week of 12/28/15. It is the last week for 2015 and is a short week, just the same as last week with Christmas. So pretty excited here to wrap up the year. It's been a I think pretty fortunate 2015, and I hope that that continues and carries right over to 2016. So without any further ado, let's get into the last watch list for the year. Alright guys, first up on the list here, let's take a look at IMOS, and we had a nice ascending triangle setting up here with this top around $19.90, $20 area, and just got that push through on Thursday. So had a pretty strong candle. Not necessarily looking to chase and buy into this big move or into this breakout, but more looking for a pullback and a retest of this $20 area to see if that is going to begin to hold as support, and then that may possibly give us an entry on that. Alright, next up on the list, let's look at NPTN. So we've watched this one a couple times before, and we were watching it here for a possible 52-week breakout to new highs. Didn't quite get that, pulled back quite a bit here, started to consolidate like it was going to continue lower, kind of putting in a bear flag right here, and then popped up and had a pretty big day last Thursday. So I think that kind of surprised everybody as it jumped back above the 20-day and started heading back up towards this 1120 area. Now we're putting in like a cup and handle type pattern, so if we do get that break above this 1120 1125 area, that could definitely send this chart up into new highs, and with some relative volume and momentum into that, we could see a pretty big move here, maybe a 2 or 3 day continuation on this run. You could see the volume not huge, so could use a little bit more volume to continue this push, and the RSI is not overbought yet, so that alone gives us a little bit more room to move to the top side and try to get that 52-week high breakout. Next up on the list, let's take a look at LPTH. Very interesting pattern here. Just had this huge monster run up into new highs, up above 250. So huge run, 2, 3, 4 week run straight up, and now has started to pull back a little bit. And I think it's reaching a pretty significant area of this chart right around here in this $2 area, as it comes down to also test this 20-day. So just going to be watching this for a possible reversal, as we're hitting about a 40% or so on this pullback after this monster run. So if we catch support here around $2 and this does tend to reverse, we could see a move higher and back towards that 250 area. Next up on the list is CNIT. Interesting chart here over this 190 area. A lot of bad, fundamentally bad things, I guess, going on with this chart according to social media. But I believe with all this volume here on this day that this chart has become a overcrowded short, and I think if we hold above this 190 area here, that could really start to push this thing higher, and I'll be looking for any type of move back above these prior highs around 240, 237. So if we get above that 240 area, then I would be looking for a pretty big potential squeeze on something like this. You guys could see it's way overbought already, so nothing to hold for a multi-day, probably something for a single-day trade, maybe an overnight hold if you get on the right side of the move, but not something you want to hold long-term. Next up on the list is RLYP. And this one here has been on a pretty good run for quite a while. You could see the inverted head and shoulder setup and a continuation on that. Pretty big breakout day here, and now we've started to consolidate out, so we're forming a little bit of a flag here. possible break to that top side real test is going to be prior highs over here around 29.40. So look for any type of break move above that 29.50 area. Next up on the list is AMD. This one here has been on a pretty big ramp, coming off these bottom lows. It's made a pretty big move back up towards $3 as of Thursday. Not something that I would buy or chase into this overextended move right here. You can see the candles themselves are already starting to look toppy. So definitely want to see a pullback on this. This 267, 270 area here. Want to see if that's going to start to hold as support, as that was our prior resistance and breakout right here. As you can see, big relative volume, nice push through, and then the continuation. So look for a pullback on there around this 260, 270 area. If we hold support after that and it starts looking like it's going to continue higher, we can look for a move back up to this $3 area. And last but not least is FENG. And you got a pretty nice flag breakout that just occurred on this chart. It's been putting in some higher lows. We had a pretty big pop day, consolidation flagged, and a nice pop breakout on Thursday. So I'm going to be looking for any type of continued momentum into this. Another one that probably not something you want to hold for multiple days. You want to get on the right side of the move, get a big breakout day, and lock out profits, take half off, leave half on for an extended move. So just going to keep an eye on this one, but also big picture. This one has sold off quite a bit, and big picture, could kind of be like a large bear flag setting up. So don't get stuck into something holding back down to these prior lows. Look at your volume in RSI. You're overbought right now. Last time the chart was overbought, you can see the move that it made and then the crash that it made as well. So getting to that RSI, you do get a lot of strength coming in, and if this becomes a crowded short as well, that could cause a pretty big squeeze, and we can get a nice volatile move up if we get the relative volume and momentum to push it. Alright guys, that's going to wrap it up for this week's watch list. If you have any questions or suggestions, please leave them in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe for future videos. Also, check out our website, eatsleeptrade.net. From there, you can follow us on Twitter as well as like our Facebook page so you can stay up to date on all the stocks that we are watching and trading. Alright guys, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.